The Generous Farmer. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush fields, there lived a humble farmer named Jack. Jack was known throughout the village for his generosity and kindness. Despite having limited resources, he was always willing to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. One summer, a severe drought struck the village, leaving the fields parched and the crops withered. The villagers were worried about their livelihoods, for without a bountiful harvest, they would struggle to feed their families. Despite facing the same hardships as his neighbors, Jack remained hopeful and steadfast. Instead of hoarding what little water he had for his own crops, he decided to share it with his fellow villagers. Every day, Jack would fill buckets with water from his well and distribute them among the farmers who needed it most. He would trudge through the dusty fields under the scorching sun, his heart filled with compassion for his struggling neighbors. Word of Jack's kindness spread quickly throughout the village, and soon, farmers from neighboring villages came seeking his help as well. Despite the increased demand for water, Jack never turned anyone away. He continued to share whatever resources he had, knowing that helping others was more important than his own comfort. As the days passed, Jack's selfless act of kindness inspired others to follow his example. Farmers who had once been reluctant to share their resources now opened their hearts and their barns to those in need. Together, they worked tirelessly to ensure that no one in the village went hungry during the drought. Despite their best efforts, however, the drought persisted, and the villagers began to lose hope. They feared that their crops would never survive, and they would be left with nothing. But Jack remained steadfast in his belief that things would get better. He encouraged his fellow villagers to stay strong and to have faith that their efforts would not be in vain. Then, one fateful day, dark clouds gathered on the horizon, and the heavens opened up, sending down a torrential rain. The villagers watched in awe as the parched earth soaked up the much-needed moisture, reviving the wilted crops and bringing new life to the fields. The drought had finally come to an end, thanks to the collective efforts and unwavering generosity of Jack and his fellow villagers. Their selflessness had not only saved the harvest but had also strengthened the bonds of community and solidarity among them. From that day forward, the villagers looked to Jack as a shining example of the power of generosity and kindness. They learned that by sharing their resources and helping one another, they could overcome even the greatest challenges. The moral of the story is that generosity and kindness have the power to transform lives and bring hope to those in need. By lending a helping hand to others, we not only make the world a better place but also inspire others to do the same.